If you own a coaching business, you are in the right place right now because chances are you're struggling to consistently sign high-paying online clients, and you might be overwhelmed right now with where to really focus. Should it be the program, content, marketing, sales, how to actually deliver the program to your clients? You might be overwhelmed, stressed out, and have some doubts of like, is this online game for me? Is it sustainable? I want to give you everything in this video to help you out because chances are you're maybe at a point where it's like you're burning out, or you're frustrated, you don't really know what to do, and you don't have predictable systems to get you clients. You might just be posting workouts, nutrition tips, and some mindset tips, but that is not a predictable system to actually get you to $10,000 per month, and you might still be on the gym floor, trading your time for money, and you're counting reps in the gym, and it's basically just impossible to scale that way. So I want to teach you how to get to $10,000 per month online from the luxury of your bed. You don't even have to go to your desk and get up when it comes to the things I'm going to teach you in this video. And just to inspire you, I want to talk about one of my clients, Riley, really quick, because Riley was in a very similar position as you. Just didn't really know where to focus in terms of the online coaching space because there's so much that goes into it. And he had some overwhelm and some burnout mentality when it came to the program and the marketing, the content, the sales. There's so much that goes into it, and it wasn't really predictable. And maybe you're kind of running into a similar issue where it's like, you know, some weeks, some months, he was getting some interest, and then there was other weeks, other months where it was just a ghost town and like nothing was happening in his DMs or in person, like getting more clients for his online business, and it was just really hard for him. We implemented the systems that we're going to talk about in this video, and he signed 15 high-paying clients within the first 90 days working together. So I just want to share some of the things that I taught him so you can see success yourself. All right, so let's dive into it. First thing that we're going to talk about is your actual program, your offer, because let's say you have 50 people, coaches, ready to line up and work with you, right? Like, let's go. They're ready, and we don't really have anything to give them, or what we have to give them is not that great. So let's focus on your program first. When it comes to your program, 3 main pillars that we're going to really focus on and work on is going to be step-by-step workouts for your clients that you're going to build out for them, step-by-step nutrition plans for them, and most importantly is going to be one-on-one accountability. That's going to be really big. I personally use ABC Trainerize. A lot of my clients who are fitness coaches scaling their online business also use ABC Trainerize. There's some other good softwares out there. I've been using Trainerize for 7 years. My clients really like it. And you can deliver workouts, nutrition, and accountability all in that one platform. It's a one-stop shop for your business, okay? So that is a good platform right there, and that is how you want to really structure your program, is building out workouts in their calendar based on their schedule, a step-by-step nutrition plan, and that doesn't mean shit unless you're holding them accountable. So make sure you are continuously checking in with them, making sure they're doing their workouts, nutrition, and asking them, is there anything else I can do to support you in your fitness journey? And just make sure you have that good relationship with your clients so they're actually getting results, because that's why they're paying you, to get the results. Lose the fat, build the muscle, whatever they told you. Okay, now, when it comes to accountability, this is also going to be a big thing to do. Form a community within your clientele, so you can form a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group, a Discord channel. It could be even just like, you know, Instagram DMs in a group chat with all all of your clients. And as a bonus, all right, in there, you can even host mini challenges where you give away prizes. One thing that really does well with us is our step challenge. So we'll host like a 14-day step challenge where all our clients are posting their steps. The person that's most consistent with posting, not necessarily who gets the most steps, the person that's most consistent with posting gets to win a prize. Could be a Fitbit, could be protein bars, protein shakes, but literally you have to bribe your clients to actually participate and engage. So we give them prizes, but it's okay. It's great because this will make the community, as the kids say, lit. This will make the community lit, engage, and then when you get new clients, coaches, they come into this lit community and they're like, wow, it's like a party. This is jamming, this is fun. If you go into a party and it's dead, they're gonna wanna bounce. So make sure your community is engaged. Also, what you can do is host calls with your clients. You can host one-on-one calls if you don't have many clients yet, okay? Or you can host group calls if you have like minimum, 4 to 5 clients. You can have a group call once a week and maybe do a Q&A or do a nutrition lesson or do a workout lesson, right? Like the best tips to make sure that you crush every single exercise on your plan. And then you could go into the best practices for that, right? Something along the lines of that. So that is a system of what you can actually offer as a program, okay? So that's your program. Now, next thing, this is the fun part, flexes. We wanna get some clients. Now, if you're newer to the online space, or maybe you have some experience, but maybe you still haven't done this yet, you want to lean on people that know, like, and trust you. Colleagues, friends, family. Like, guys, you might think like, oh, I don't want to reach out to my cousin for fitness coach. But if your cousin is 300 pounds and needs it, like, can you actually help these people? Right? You have to have confidence and conviction that you could actually help these people. This isn't about sales, it's about service. So think about and list out 50 to 100 people, and you could go through your contacts of your phone, like who can you actually offer this to? And you're not gonna be salesy, nothing like that. I'm gonna tell you the framework to use so you can reach out to them. First, you wanna have a genuine conversation, okay? And we wanna use, I got this from Alex Hormozy, I can't take credit for this. We wanna use the ACA framework to build off that conversation. What this means is acknowledge, compliment, and ask. ACA. So for example, there's just an example. Recently, I'm filming this video a few days ago. It was the 4th of July. So if I reach out to a friend of mine, John, let's just say, and we're gonna say this, genuine conversation to start. Hey John, just thinking of you, wanted to reach out, wanted to check in. How was your 4th of July, brother? They're gonna respond. Maybe they say, it was great, was with the fam, watched the fireworks, it was awesome. We're gonna use the ACA framework. Acknowledge. Wow, sounds like you had a great time, glad you enjoyed the fireworks. Acknowledge what they said. Compliment, right? It's inspiring how around your busy schedule, you still prioritize family and spending time with them during the busy season. Compliment, right? Then we want to ask, right? Also, John, by the way, saw you got a new job. How's that going? So the ask is to continue the conversation moving forward. So coaches, you want to build a few lines, a few sentences of just genuine rapport building, right? And you're just building that genuine connection. You're catching up with this person. And then eventually that second A of ACA, you can get more into a fitness related topic. Okay, so let's say you keep the conversation going, you acknowledge, you compliment, it's after a few lines, and then the ask can be along the lines of, John, with this new job and these new longer hours, like how do you find time for your own fitness journey? And then they're going to start opening up like, it's been a struggle and, it's been a bit of a challenge. And then boom, we're into a fitness related conversation. And then you can acknowledge, you could compliment. And then when it comes to the ask, you could say something along the lines of this. Well, John, I actually just launched a fat loss and muscle builder accelerator program specifically for guys that want to lose 20 pounds and regain their confidence. Do you know anyone who you think would benefit from this? So coaches, we're not even directly asking John. We're not even directly asking them because some people might think it's a bit too direct. We're indirectly asking them, do you know anybody else? In hopes that they say themselves. Be like, yeah, I want to actually lose the weight and feel more confident, feel good, right? Or they might say like, yeah, my cousin Timmy is 9,000 pounds and here's his contact information. He might just genuinely send you somebody else, right? And so we're asking this because it's not so direct and you could see the ACA is a good way to just genuinely bring up a fitness related conversation in your program instead of just reaching out and talking about the program right away. All right. So go to your contacts list, think about your colleagues, friends, family, all that you can help with and send this to minimum 50 to 100 people. This is about volume, all right? Don't message me that this didn't work and you reached out to 3 people. If you actually do this in volume, you will get clients. It will work. It worked for me. It worked for plenty of other clients I worked with. It works 100%. So use this ACA framework. Now, coaches, we're going to be pouring more fuel on the fire by using a framework I call the 71 social media cash injection. I'm going to talk about what this exactly means and why it's important. So focus up because it will work for you. All right. So the 7 stands for 7 straight days. And don't worry, you don't have to be posting every single day. I'll talk about that. But 7 days, and in between those 7 days, you should be posting problem-solving content. Okay. And then also storytelling content. And like I said, you don't have to post every single day, but within those 7 days on your feed and your story, you should be posting problem-solving content and storytelling content. I'm going to talk about what this means and why it's important. So problem-solving content, let's just, for example, use the niche of helping busy parents. Let's just say, for example, you are helping busy parents. That might not be your niche, but just for example. And we have to think, what are the struggles that they go through? Well, they go through late night cravings after they put the kids to bed. They struggle with having time to even work out in the first place. So if your content is overcoming those struggles, if they see your free content as valuable, they're going to be much more interested in your paid programming. Okay, so problem solving content is going to be important, and then also storytelling content more about who you are, because it's 2025 right now, the time I'm recording this video. You might be watching this at a later year, later date, but for right now, when it comes to online services, we're at an all-time low in terms of trust. Okay, so why you actually have to share more about your story and who you are is so your audience could actually trust you to hand over their credit card. Because listen, they're not going to trust you if you're just a talking head posting workouts, doing all these things. And trust me, I used to cringe. My skin would crawl when thinking about posting about myself and this, and I was just they just want the tips, they just want the value. That's not true, because in today's day and age, people buy from people, all right? Your clients aren't buying programs, they're buying you. They're gonna buy you before they buy your program. So you have to be actually telling more about you, your rock bottom, your come up, your comeback story of how you actually got in shape and became a coach, right? They want to hear those things. And so in those 7 days, you don't have to be posting every single day, but within those 7 days, you should be sprinkling in, coaches, storytelling content and problem-solving content, because you want to think of your social media as a bank account, all right? And so within those 7 days, we are just putting in deposits, value depositing into that bank account. And then the 1 right? The 71, we talked about the 7 days, and then the 1 out of the 71 stands for one strong call to action. That's where we ask your audience to work with you. That's where we take a withdrawal. Okay, does that make sense? So you want to think of your social media as a bank account. You're depositing within those 7 days, and then after the 7 days, which should be a Monday, I want you to start this 7-day journey on a Monday and then have that one call to action be that next Monday. Okay, so those 7 days, you're posting problem-solving content and also connection content. And then that next Monday, one strong call to action. And basically this just means you're asking your audience to work with you. You might have heard of it before as a CTA. That's just an abbreviation for call to action. And I'm going to give you the exact format to use and then also a specific example. So the format to use that I want you to put as a call to action is, I'm looking for 3, and then parentheses, people in your niche that want to enter specific goals that they want to achieve within, and then set time frame. All right, if that's you, vote below. So what does this actually look like? For an example, I'm looking for 3 busy parents that want to lose 10 to 20 pounds within the next 90 days. If that's you, vote below. And so you can post this on Facebook, you could also post it on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, wherever. And with the poll, you want to put a double positive. You want to say, yes, I'm in, and then have another poll that says, send information, right? So it should be a poll, and then the answers on the poll should be, yes, I'm in, and then send information. So it's a double positive, okay? You don't want to put in the poll like, no, I don't want to work with you, right? We just want to get 2 positive answers. So no matter which one your potential clients vote on, they're both positive answers, and it gives you permission to actually reach out to them. Okay, so you're gonna post that. Now, how you reach out to them, I could go over the whole thing, but I'm nice, I'm generous, I wanna see you win, I love you, I care about you. So I put a very specific script in the description of this video that you can get. It's free. I'm not gonna ask for your email, phone number, and no, it's literally free. You can go and grab it. When those individuals, when they vote on your poll, I gave you the script of exactly what to say to them. Okay, so make sure you grab that script. It's in the description of this video. There should be a link to it. You'll find it there. Okay, and make sure that you actually use that to eventually get and have a phone conversation with these individuals. I wouldn't recommend just selling in the DMs and pitching prices in the DMs, because they could just ghost you, they could just go away, and they could just forget, and it's just not a good conversion mechanism to use. It's not reliable. So a good phone conversation where, first of all, you could see if they're a good fit for you, and then they could see if you're a good fit for them, right? So you could get into that phone conversation. Now I'm gonna give you the exact frameworks for that phone call. So these calls are gonna have 2 parts to them. First is gonna be the discovery phase, and then comes the pitch, all right? So I'm gonna go over exactly what to do in each of these sections. First, the discovery. What you're doing, coaches, in the discovery phase is you are widening the gap of where your potential clients are at right now compared to where they want to be. Because right now, they're struggling, low on energy, they're, feeling a bit bloated, they have the extra weight, but they want to lose the 20 pounds. They want to feel amazing. They want more energy. So we have to ask the right questions so they can actually see this gap, and then psychologically, they're gonna think, wow, in order to fill this wide gap, is going to be your magical, beautiful program. All right, so I'm going to run you through the specific questions of what to ask during the discovery phase. But in the beginning of the call, you can just be a human, right? Let's say John answers the call and you're on the call. John, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. How's your day going? Like, what would you say to a friend? Like, be a human, build that connection. Right? Saw you went to Vegas last week. Tell me about that. Like, do that for the first 30 to 60 seconds. And then you could set more of an authority frame. and say something along the lines of, all right, John, so usually the way I run these calls is I just want to see kind of where you're at right now and what you're struggling with on your fitness journey. And also, I'll ask you about your goals on your fitness journey to see if I can help. And if I feel like I can help, we can get into more of my one-on-one program and see if you're a good fit. Is that okay? And then they're going to be like, yes, 100%, right? And so after that, these are the specific questions you should be asking in order to get the best results. And again, widen that gap of where they are now to where they want to go. All right, first thing is, so, John, what was kind of the motivation for you to really book in for the call? Like, basically here, you are getting them to say like why they're here. Why are they here in the first place? Why are they talking to you to clarify the problem that they have? Okay? And now this next thing I'm actually going to say, it depends on when you should say this. You should only kind of ask this question if you're not really sure if this potential client is qualified or not. Like if they're actually committed and like financially qualified. That's why I ask this question. I ask like what's their current life situation with work and life, and basically the way I frame it is so I can kind of get a better understanding of where they're at. All right, and so this will give you data and ammo to see if they're a good fit, because listen, coaches, if they say, yeah, well, I'm 20 years old, I don't have a job, I'm just here, let's do this. Like, they're probably not a good fit for a $1,500 or a $3,000 fitness program. You could probably just lean out with some value, give you some pointers, and you don't have to waste all that time, right? But if they say, well, I have a 9-to-5, I have a couple kids, like right there, they're financially qualified, so keep going. So you could sprinkle that question in if you aren't really sure if they're qualified or not. All right, if you know they're qualified from their profile and you actually know who they are, you could just skip that question. That's like a qualifying question, all right? Then we keep going. We ask what their main goals are. What's that North Star for them? What's the top of the mountain? What are the main goals? And they're going to tell you, like, lose the weight, feel better, all that stuff. Okay, so now we have the top. Then we want to ask, what have you been doing the past couple of months to achieve these goals? And they're going to start thinking, well, I haven't really done much, right? Or they're going to start thinking, well, I've been trying to do stuff, but it hasn't really worked. So you can see now the gap is starting to widen, right? And then I ask their main struggles. You want to ask their main struggles. And then it widens the gap even more. Well, I don't know what to do with nutrition, and my energy is just so low. I don't have any time. So they want to lose the 20 pounds. They want all these incredible things, top of the mountain, but what they've been doing and what they're struggling with, it's way far from where they want. So now there's a gap. And when we have the gap, we want to keep widening it with some questions just like this, right? So you could ask, John, once you do lose the 20 pounds and you have more energy, what will change in your life for the better once you get there? And now they're going to think like, wow, this is going to be a whole life transformation, not just like a fat loss program. All right, so they'll start explaining and opening up about that. And then also after that, you can ask, well, John, like, I know you want to lose the 20 pounds, you want to feel better, but like, what do you think will happen if things just stay the exact same as they are right now, like 1 year from now? And they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to stay stuck. And okay, like, you're not willing to settle for that, right? And you could see my tonality change a bit. Like, I'm concerned about these people, and you should be. Like, they're overweight and all that. You might not remember a time you struggled with your health, or maybe you do, but maybe it was a while ago. You have to put yourself back in that mindset of struggling with weight and energy. Like, they're really going through it. So you have to be concerned for them, and you have to show or try to show that concern in your tonality. And that right there is called a consequence question, meaning like, what's going to happen if you do nothing today? And then they're going to think about it, and in the back of their mind, they're going to be like, I need to take action today because I don't want a week to go by. I don't want a month to go. I don't want a year to go by and be stuck in the same place. All right, so that's why we ask that specific question. All right. Then these last couple questions I love. The second to last question I ask is, what was the one moment, John, that changed everything for you where you knew you needed to change and take action? The one moment question. And they'll start to say like, well, I looked in the mirror, I saw my gut, it was disgusting. I saw a picture of myself recently at a family party, it was gross. My daughter was poking at my belly and was calling me snowman. Like, they'll start to bring up like some vivid stuff, and it'll bring them back to like that trauma experience that will get them to take action on the call. All right. And the last thing which you have to do is ask, why is it important to take action now, today? And you also want to label them as an action taker, and you want to label people that have to think about it as unsuccessful. I'm going to talk about exactly what that means. I'm going to put it into perspective right now. So, John, like, I know how important this is for you to lose the weight. You want more energy for your daughter. You want to feel good. But why is this important for you to take action on the call right now? Because I'll be honest, John, like, I talk to a lot of people and they just continue to put it off until next week, next month, next year. And you and I both know those same people stay stuck and unsuccessful until they make that change. And so for you, John, I know you're an action taker. And so why are you ready right now? This is key, because when it comes to the end of the call and you drop the price, they're going to be much more likely to be an action taker and say yes, because you just labeled them as an action taker. And people love congruency in their identity. People like keeping a consistent identity. So if you both agree that he or she is an action taker in the beginning, they will stay an action taker at the end of the call. Okay, so that is the discovery phase right there, and then you could get into the pitch. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can pitch a program. Maybe you heard different things about adding some bonuses and a guarantee, and you definitely could. But for this specific video, we're gonna keep it very simple, and we're just gonna focus on a 3-pillar pitch. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it so your clients actually say yes at the end of the call, and you could actually help them, and you're building your income, you're making more money, you're having more freedom. All right, so the 3 main pillars, if you remember to the beginning of the video, right, step-by-step workouts, nutrition, and accountability. So first thing, coaches, I want you to come up with a sexy name for each of the pillars. Don't just say, yeah, you're gonna get workouts, John, and you're gonna lose weight. No, like, John, first thing, we're gonna plug in our step-by-step workout accelerator system that will save you hours per week, because it's going to be so efficient. I'm going to show you exactly what to do so you can lose the belly fat and you can have more energy for your daughter. Okay, so it sounds a lot better when you say it that way. And what I also want you to do is I want you to write this down. I want you to use FAB. F-A-B. Write this down. It's an abbreviation for feature, advantage, and benefit. Okay, so as you're going over the pillars, you don't just want to say, yeah, so we have a nutrition plan, and yeah, you can have your favorite foods still, and yeah, everything's going to be good. It just, I don't know. It doesn't sound that well. But FAB, you get into the feature, advantage, benefit. So how does this sound? So next thing, John, is we're going to put together a done-for-you step-by-step nutrition system that will show you exactly what to do so you're not wasting time and you could still enjoy your favorite foods, and you're able to lose the belly fat and feel better and have more energy for your daughter. So what I just do there, the feature is the step-by-step done-for-you nutrition system. That's a feature. The advantage is that it shows them exactly what to do. It saves them time, and also they could still enjoy their favorite foods, right? And then the benefit is going to be they could still lose the weight, lose the belly fat, have more energy for his family, right? So FAB, each pillar that you go over, workouts, nutrition, accountability, make sure that you're using FAB as you're going over those pillars, all right? If you do that correctly, everything should make sense with them and everything should sound good. And just to clarify on your end, after you go over the pillars, you want to ask them and clarify if it sounds like a good fit. And basically what you want to do, coaches, is have them resell it to you. So let's say, coaches, you go over the 3 pillars, you use FAB, everything sounds good, and they're like, okay, all makes sense. What you want to do is like, okay, so John, you know, I just went over everything when it comes to the program, and you losing the 20 pounds and feeling good, having more energy. Do you think this process will genuinely help you get to your goals of losing the weight and having more energy for your family? They're gonna say yes. Okay, John, awesome. I'm just curious, like after going over everything, why do you feel like it can though? And then they're going to go over like, well, the accountability, you know, I really have no one in my corner supporting me. The nutrition is off. They're going to resell it to you. They're going to sell back to you why they should do this. Right now, they're really in an emotional state. They're in a buying state because now they really know why they need this program. And so after you ask like, you know, why they feel like it's going to be a good fit, that's where you can drop price. Okay, so John, for 6 months, it's going to be 1.5K. All right, and let them think through it. Don't justify your answer, don't justify your price or anything, right? If they need to break down the investment into installments or something, you can work with that and you can work with them. If they have concerns, you can work through that, but that's the exact pitch. It's the 3 pillars, the FAB, F-A-B. Once they're sold and they resell it to you, you can drop price, okay? I recommend for my coaches just starting at least 1.5K for 6 months, which is $250 a month. This is minimum. You are a great coach. You have knowledge. You invested in your knowledge. You have great experience. Stop selling cheap programs. They can go online and use ChatGPT. Like literally give them a premier program with premier pricing and give them a life transformation. Okay, so that is exactly how you want to pitch the program. This will work and you will get yeses and you're gonna get those clients in your program. Now coaches, once they're in and it comes to the delivery of your program, you're gonna deliver exactly what we've been talking about the past few minutes and then also the beginning, which is workouts, nutrition, accountability. That's what you're gonna provide. And just one main key when it comes to delivering the actual service I want you to write down that will change everything for you is treat your clients like your children. Even if you don't have children, pretend you do. Treat your clients like your children. Like literally, I tell people this all the time. If you're just gonna only wake up and do one thing to grow your business, take care of your clients and forget content. Content will skyrocket your business and scale much faster, but you can still grow your business by just taking care of your clients because think about it, those clients are gonna be billboards for you. If you get them results and you do a great job just programming their workouts, nutrition, you give them accountability, you actually care, you actually give a shit, and you treat them like your children, you're not just doing bare minimum, you go over the top, and you really fulfill, they're gonna get great results. They're gonna stay longer, which means they're gonna pay you longer because they're gonna re-sign. And when they go to the restaurant, they go to with their friends and their friends are asking them, like, John, you look amazing. You dropped 20 pounds. Like, what happened? Well, I have this new online coach. It's amazing. Here's his Instagram. Boom. You just got another lead. You just got a referral. So make sure you treat your clients like gold. So listen, coaches, this process will get you more high-paying clients online. And listen, unfortunately, there will be some coaches that just listen to this and do nothing. But I know for you, I'm talking to the coaches that are ready to execute. You're implementing and you're taking notes and you're ready to take action. This will work for you. It worked for me. It worked with hundreds of other coaches. You got this. You just have to follow through. And listen, I know this can kind of just be a lot to implement. It can get a bit overwhelming. So if you feel like you need a bit more one-on-one help implementing all these systems into your business to get to $10,000 per month plus, there is a link in the description of this video where you can book in and you and I can have a quick chat to see if we're a good fit to partner up. And I'll be honest, before you even do that, I have spent north of $77,000 in mentorship in the past few years. I know what a great program looks like. I know what a shit program looks like. I'll just be honest, all right? And nothing against anyone. With me, I am not going to partner with you and then after onboarding, like just peace out and you can do your own thing and throw you in some course. I work intimately with my clients one-on-one every single day to make sure they sign high-paying clients every single week or I don't get paid. So it's very one-on-one. If you're open to that, you can click the link in the description of this video. We can see if we're a good fit. I hope you got value from this video and I'll talk to you soon.